That's right, we're back with another review, and today we'll be looking at the Mafex Spider-Man Classic costume. Now, although I haven't read much of the comics, I could say that I've watched and played more than enough Spider-Man media to say that I love the character, so I'm pretty excited for this video. So without further ado, let's dive into it like Gwen from Spider-Man 2. Right from the get-go, I can see that the sculpt is incredible. It reminds me a lot of Spidey's late 80s comics with the big expressive eyes. All the webs are sculpted into the suit and the proportions of the web head are done nicely. There's even this little flap below his head which makes it look like he's wearing a mask. However, there is no spider bunda, so I'm gonna have to take points off for that one, cheap. Damn, Marvel really does own his ass. And as for the painting, it's also great. There's light shading all throughout, webbing is painted into the sculpt, and the colours are very bright. The reason for this is because this is a re-release of the original Mafex Spider-Man, but with brighter colours, more reminiscent of the Walker's older outings. I wanted to get the original version instead because I preferred the colours, but it was sold out, so I just had to go with this re-release instead. Although I do think I like the darker colours more, the brighter colours have really grown on me and I like them a lot now. I definitely consider it a worthy repaint. As a re-release though, not so much, but we'll get into that. But back to the paint, overall it looks great, although it could be a lot cleaner in some places, and some parts of it just straight up look icky. But anyway, the figure comes with a good amount of accessories. As for the hands, it's a pair of fists, open hands, relaxed open hands, grabbing hands and flipping hands. To be honest, this is really everything a Spider-Man figure could possibly need hands-wise. But as a bonus, there's even these pair of magnetic hands and feet which you can swap out on the figure to having to stick to magnetic surfaces like your fridge or lamp. This is a really cool feature, but the magnets are pretty weak, so you're going to have to use all four limbs to get them to stick properly. Speaking of sticking, the figure comes with a wide array of web parts. There are these ones which you can connect to the wrist with this ring before putting the hand back on, which doesn't look half bad, but they're pretty loose and can fall down easily. There's also this string of web which has a handle to attach to the figure's hand. Far away it looks a little goofy, but when cropped out it looks just like he's swinging from a web. Now additionally there is this web piece which you can attach to the included stand, but it takes up so much space that who cares? The stand itself is fine, but both pairs of claws it comes with are a little small and dinky for the figure, and they can kind of fall off easily. There's also this half claw, and I have absolutely no idea what it does. I don't know, maybe I can throw it in the ocean or something. And to put those big expressive eyes to good use, he also comes with an alternate pissed off face for fighting poses and stuff. And it also looks great. So yeah, the sculpt, paint, and accessories all slap pretty hard. And to top it off, the articulation is also amazing. Both the neck and the head are articulated, which gives it some great movement. The shoulder's on a butterfly joint, which gives it range that's leagues better than what other figures can achieve. Bicep swivel. Arm goes out super high and all around. Double jointed elbow. Wrist can swivel and go up and down side to side depending on how you angle it. Swivel at the diaphragm joint and waist. Good crunch and excellent arcing back. Legs kick forward, back, it can also swivel. Double jointed knee. Legs also spread out pretty well. Swivel at the foot, goes up and down, good pivot. And last but certainly not least, a toe bend, which for most figures isn't a huge deal, but for a character like Spider-Man it's great for posing. So yeah, the articulation is pretty much perfect. Wait! I have one issue. And it's that they spring-loaded this guy, because if you try and angle his arm in a certain way, it snaps back into place. Like, whose idea was this? This is really weird, but it's super minor and would only get in the way of like super specific poses. So yeah, besides that, the articulation is awesome. Why are people cheering? Now, I could just tell that there are some Marvel Legends collectors out there watching this video and going, "That money isn't worth it at all! This is stupid!" After buying 12 figures they don't want to make a Build-A-Figure of, I don't know, Stiltman. And to those people, I say, yeah, it is a lot. And I don't blame you for not wanting to spend that much. And although I don't own many Marvel Legends, I can say with absolute confidence that this figure just destroys any Spider-Man figure Hasbro's ever made. The sculpt alone is better than any red and blue Spider-Man they've done, but the articulation and especially the accessories just stomp out every Spider-Man figure before it. Like, goddamn, have you seen Hasbro's accessories? If you get this figure from a Japanese website like I did, then it'll cost you around £70, which is pretty steep, but yeah, this is probably the best 6-inch Spider-Man figure. Now, I wouldn't have a huge problem with this if it wasn't for the fact that the original release of the figure came with more stuff like this Peter Parker head for less money, which, you know, is kind of a rip-off. It's pretty clear that Mafex has a huge issue when it comes to pricing all around, but this really sucks. So by itself, I'd give this figure a 9.5 out of 10. But with the pricing and stuff, I'd say it knocks it down to around an 8. So yeah, if money isn't an issue for you, then I'd say this figure's a no-brainer for any Spider-Man fan. But if it is an issue, that's up for you to decide. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to see more scripted reviews like this, then subscribe and like the video. And I just realized while recording this that I didn't put in the size comparisons, but it's too late for me to change the script. So I don't know, it's like 6 inches. That's all you need to know. Now here's some photos, I guess.